Germany and Serbia have issued urgent warnings to their citizens in Iran, citing a rapidly deteriorating security situation and a risk of sudden military escalation. Germany's embassy in Tehran said the situation in Iran and across the wider region is extremely volatile and very tense, urging all German nationals to leave the country. The embassy warned that further escalation and military clashes cannot be ruled out, and that air traffic could face sudden restrictions, including flight cancellations or airspace closures. It also cautioned that it is currently only able to provide limited consular assistance on the ground. The renewed advisory came after U.S. President Donald Trump said he was considering a limited military strike to pressure Iran into a deal over its nuclear program, as Washington increases its military presence in the region. Meanwhile, Serbia has also called on its citizens to exit Iran as soon as possible. In a statement published overnight, the Serbian Foreign Ministry advised against any travel to Iran in the coming period, citing the deteriorating security environment. Belgrade had already urged its nationals in mid-January to leave the country, amid a crackdown by Iran's clerical authorities on a mass protest movement. With tensions rising and uncertainty growing, both European governments are pressing their citizens to depart before conditions worsen further.
Taking this opportunity, I would also like to make all Polish citizens aware, both women and men, who are currently in Iran or, God forbid, are planning to travel to that country. And I am saying this also on behalf of the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Prime Minister Sikorski, who called me just before arriving at the training ground. All of you who are still in Iran, please leave immediately and under no circumstances travel to that country. I don't want to scare anyone here with any potential developments, but we all know what I'm talking about. The possibility of a hot conflict is very, very real, and in a dozen or several dozen hours, evacuation will no longer be an option. So please take this very seriously. We have bad experiences from the past. Some ignore these calls and warnings, so I must emphasize again, please leave Iran immediately or do not travel to that country, as no one will be able to guarantee evacuation options in the event of an armed conflict.
Poland has issued a stark warning to its citizens: leave Iran immediately. Speaking in Warsaw on Thursday, Prime Minister Donald Tusk did not mince words. While careful not to spell out every detail, Tusk made clear the danger is real. His message carried urgency and a ticking clock. Tusk warned that the window for evacuation could slam shut within hours, urging Polish nationals to act immediately. The warning comes as the United States dramatically increases its military footprint in the Middle East. In recent weeks, Washington has deployed two powerful aircraft carrier strike groups, the USS Abraham Lincoln and the USS Gerald R. Ford, alongside advanced fighter jets and support assets. The buildup positions American forces within striking range of Iran, even as nuclear negotiations between Washington and Tehran continue in Geneva. At the same time, tensions inside Iran are rising. Anti-regime protests have surged, including a massive rally of roughly 250,000 people in Munich following a call from exiled opposition figure Reza Pahlavi. Solidarity demonstrations have also taken place in cities like Toronto and Los Angeles. Poland is not alone. Italy, Germany, Spain, and Cyprus have all strengthened travel advisories, with some elevating warnings to the highest "Leave Now" level. Across Europe, the tone has shifted from caution to urgency. As U.S. military assets move toward the Gulf and diplomatic talks hang in the balance, governments are preparing for the possibility that events could escalate fast.
In the waters of Bandar Abbas, southern Iran, a high-stakes spectacle unfolded. A roaring display of precision, power, and coordination. Iranian and Russian naval forces staged a daring mock operation, rescuing a hijacked vessel in a show of sheer maritime dominance. From the moment emergency signals flashed across the Bandar Abbas Maritime Rescue Coordination Center, Iran's SH-3 helicopter and IRGC Bell 412 chopper swept the skies, scanning for threats. On the water, Iran's Alvan destroyer, the command ship of the exercise, dispatched combat vessels in flawless synchrony. Then, with split-second timing, Iranian and Russian special forces struck. A combined heli-borne and surface assault reclaimed the vessel and captured the pirates. A textbook operation executed with lethal efficiency. This wasn't just a drill. It was a message, a loud, unmistakable warning to Washington. Any aggression will meet a massive, far-reaching response. Amid rising tensions and repeated US threats over Iran's nuclear program, Tehran is flexing its military muscle. The presence of US warships in regional waters has been met with stern warnings. One shot fired at Iran, officials say, and the consequences will reverberate across the region. The drills also showcased advanced tactics. Aerial photography missions, coordinated tactical formations, and joint maneuvers between Iranian and Russian forces. Iran deployed the full might of its naval assets, from destroyers to missile vessels, assault boats and special operations teams, while Russia contributed its Brave helicopter carrier and fighter jets. This is Iran's declaration. We are prepared, we are capable, and we will defend our sovereignty with unmatched resolve. In an era of brinkmanship, this mock rescue isn't a drill. It's a roar heard from Bandar Abbas to Washington, especially amid reports of a potential real strike plan.
The world watches with bated breath as reports suggest that US could launch an attack on Iran as early as February 21. Donald Trump has reportedly been briefed on operational readiness, according to CNN and CBS reports. During the Midnight Hammer operation in June last year, the goal was Iran's nuclear facilities. But this time, the goal has shifted. It is scary and gripped with huge ramifications, poised to send political earthquake across the globe. US President Donald Trump wants a regime change in Iran. According to the Wall Street Journal, Trump has received several briefings on his military options should he choose to strike, all of them designed to maximize damage to Iran's regime and its regional proxies. The options include a campaign to kill scores of Iranian political and military leaders with the goal of overthrowing the government, US and foreign officials said, as well as an air attack would be limited to striking targets, including nuclear and ballistic missile facilities. Both would involve a potentially weeks-long operation. A senior Trump administration official told the Wall Street Journal
that the US president hasn't yet decided whether to order strikes against Iran. His national security advisors discussed Iran during a meeting in the White House's Situation Room on Wednesday.
Well, there's many reasons and arguments that one could make for a strike against Iran. The president has always been very clear, though, with respect to Iran or any country around the world, diplomacy is always his first option, and Iran would be very wise to make a deal with President Trump and with this administration. He's talking to many people, of course, his national security team, first and foremost, and you know who the members of that team are, and this is something, obviously, the president takes seriously.
Since coming back to power for the second time, Donald Trump's leadership has been marked by various displays of force, showing how the United States has increasingly relied on hardline diplomacy toward both adversaries and allies. This time, the scale of military deployment is significant. The US has assembled fighter jets and support aircraft to the Middle East, the greatest amount of air power in the region since the 2003 invasion of Iraq. At the center of the escalating tensions lies the long-running nuclear dispute. Washington and Tehran have held intermittent talks. Discussions in Geneva earlier this week aimed to avert US military intervention, with Iran stating afterwards that both sides had agreed on guiding principles for a deal. Iran is expected to retaliate in the event of an attack. In response to US buildup, Iran has shown its force. On Monday, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC, launched a maritime drill in the Strait of Hormuz, located in the Gulf between Oman and Iran. The strait is considered a vital international waterway and oil export route from Gulf Arab states. Iran issued a notice to airmen as it is planning rocket launches in areas across its south on Thursday from 3:30 GMT to 13:30 GMT. Iran's message is also clear. One wrong move and the world will face ripple effects.